Operation Husky, often referred to as the invasion of Sicily, marked a significant turning point in World War II. This ambitious Allied campaign, undertaken in 1943, aimed to secure a vital foothold in the Mediterranean theater and pave the way for the eventual liberation of Europe from Axis control. The operation was meticulously planned and executed, involving extensive coordination among the Allied forces. The roots of Operation Husky can be traced back to the successful Allied campaign in North Africa, which concluded with the surrender of Axis forces in Tunisia in May 1943. With North Africa secured, Allied strategists turned their attention to the Mediterranean region, recognizing Sicily's strategic importance as a stepping stone towards Italy and ultimately mainland Europe. The Mediterranean island of Sicily offered a prime location for Allied forces to launch an invasion of Italy. Its capture would not only facilitate the liberation of Italy, but also threaten the Axis powers' hold on southern Europe. Furthermore, control of Sicily would open up vital sea routes in the Mediterranean, allowing for easier supply and reinforcement of Allied troops. Planning for Operation Husky commenced in earnest following the conclusion of the North African campaign. Allied commanders, led by General Dwight D. Eisenhower, meticulously devised a comprehensive strategy for the invasion of Sicily. The operation involved a diverse array of military units, including ground forces, naval fleets, and airborne divisions. Intelligence played a crucial role in the planning phase, with Allied forces gathering detailed information on Sicily's terrain, enemy defenses, and potential landing sites. This intelligence-gathering effort involved aerial reconnaissance, espionage, and interrogation of prisoners of war. The invasion plan called for a combined assault from air, land, and sea, with the objective of achieving surprise and overwhelming the Axis defenders. Key decisions were made regarding the timing of the operation, the selection of landing beaches, and the allocation of resources. In addition to military considerations, diplomatic and logistical factors also influenced the planning process. Coordination with Allied nations, particularly Britain and the United States, was essential to ensure unity of command and logistical support for the operation. The planning phase culminated in the development of Operation Plan 17, outlining the objectives, timing, and deployment of Allied forces for the invasion of Sicily. The plan reflected the collaborative efforts of Allied commanders and set the stage for one of the largest amphibious operations of World War II. Operation Husky represented a bold and ambitious undertaking, requiring careful coordination and execution to achieve its objectives. As preparations reached their final stages, Allied forces stood poised to launch a decisive assault on the shores of Sicily, setting the stage for a fierce and pivotal battle in the Mediterranean theater of operations. At the break of dawn on July 9, 1943, Operation Husky began with a meticulously planned amphibious assault along the southern and southeastern coasts of Sicily. The British 8th Army, commanded by General Bernard Montgomery, spearheaded the invasion near Syracuse, while the U.S. 7th Army, under the leadership of General George S. Patton, landed at multiple points including Gela, Licata, and Scaglietti. The Allied armada faced a barrage of defensive fire from Axis forces entrenched along the coastline. Italian coastal batteries and German machine gun nests pounded the approaching landing craft, inflicting heavy casualties and causing chaos among the assaulting troops. Despite the fierce resistance, Allied soldiers displayed remarkable courage and determination, storming the beaches and establishing precarious footholds amidst the chaos of battle. As the sun rose over Sicily, the battle intensified, with British and American troops engaging in brutal close-quarters combat against the entrenched Axis defenders. The sound of gunfire and explosions echoed across the shoreline as Allied forces fought doggedly to expand their beachheads and gain control of vital strategic positions. In the days that followed the initial landings, the battle for Sicily evolved into a grueling struggle of attrition as Allied forces pushed inland against determined Axis resistance. The rugged terrain of Sicily favored the defenders, who utilized natural obstacles and fortified positions to their advantage. British and American infantry units, supported by tanks, artillery, and naval gunfire, pressed forward through hostile territory, facing relentless enemy fire and enduring harsh environmental conditions. Each inch of ground gained was bitterly contested, with both sides locked in a desperate struggle for supremacy. As the battle progressed, Allied troops encountered a series of formidable challenges, including minefields, booby traps, and well-concealed enemy strongholds. The Allied advance slowed as they confronted determined Axis counterattacks and stubborn defensive positions. Despite these obstacles, Allied commanders remained resolute, implementing strategic maneuvers and coordinating combined arms tactics to break through the enemy lines. The battle for Sicily became a test of endurance and resolve, with Allied soldiers demonstrating remarkable courage and resilience in the face of adversity. By mid-August 1943, Allied forces had achieved a decisive victory in the Battle for Sicily, securing control of the island and dealing a significant blow to the Axis powers. Operation Husky demonstrated the effectiveness of coordinated planning, combined arms tactics, and the courage of Allied troops in overcoming formidable obstacles. The successful invasion of Sicily paved the way for the Allied advance into Italy and marked a significant turning point in the Mediterranean theater of operations. Despite the challenges and sacrifices endured during the campaign, the bravery and determination of British, American, and Allied forces ensured the success of Operation Husky and contributed to the eventual defeat of fascism in Europe.